Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pizza fans of all ages. My name is Mike, and welcome to Pizza Man Mario. And we're about 6 days removed at the time I'm filming this from Rocco joining Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Fun character, by the way. I'm having a lot of fun playing as him. And we have confirmation that more characters are coming in the future. If you guys saw the Rocco showcase video, he mentioned that look forward to more showcases like this in the future, which basically means we're getting more characters soon, especially since crossplay isn't in the game yet. So I'm really excited about that. I can't wait to see what new characters are going to be coming next. In the meantime, we're going to be doing a new DLC Ideas episode. For this episode, we're going to be talking about Blue from Blue's Clues, as I mentioned at the end of the Angry Beavers episode. I mentioned I want to start doing Nick Jr. characters in this series just for fun. I want to start off with the Blue's Clues character because Blue's Clues probably was my favorite Nick Jr. show when I was a kid. At least in the top 5 for sure. And I have a lot of memories with the show. No offense, James Borland, if you're watching this. I figured it was only natural to start off with the Blue's Clues character for the Nick Jr. side of this series. And who better to choose than the titular character, Blue. Now real quick, for those of you who are new to the channel or have never seen these videos before, what I do is talk about my ideas for characters' movesets, what stages they can come with, and what alternate costumes they can have. So, let's get into it. Let's not waste any more time, and y'all take a seat, get comfortable, grab your snacks and beverages, and let's get started. Let's all grab out our handy dandy notebooks and write down the clues to Blue's success on the battlefield, starting off with their light attacks. For light neutral, hello. Basically, she'll wave at her opponents while also hurting them in the process. She oftentimes waves in the show, like at the viewers and stuff, so that's where the inspiration came from. For light up, here's your ladder. That's my attempt to sound like mailbox. Yeah, basically Blue will hit you with a letter. He'll be like, you just got a letter in your face. You know what I'm saying? For light down, puppy stomp. You know, oftentimes in the show when Blue's happy, she'll do like that stomp that she does. Well, now she can use it as an attack. If you hold the button down, she'll keep doing the move until you let go. Now for the light air attacks. Light neutral air, stretch. So with this move, Blue will stretch out her legs and even ears to hit you in 3 different directions. Both sides of her, and up in the air. Speaking of up in the air, for light up air, I got felt frame. I'm sure you guys know about the felt frame if you've seen the show. Now Blue can use it as an attack. So you can say to your opponents, that must have felt painful. Yeah, okay, I'll stop now. For light down air, puppy pounce. This would be kind of similar to Nigel Thornberry's falcon dive that he does. So Blue would just fall straight down, pounce onto you. Probably have more range than Nigel's move. Maybe a bit faster too. Make it a little bit different. And then for the light dash attack, roll with it. Which is a reference to the episode, What Was Blue's Dream About? She dreamt she was in the Olympics doing gymnastics. She did a roll on the mat. So, I'm gonna have it be a dash attack, you know? And that's it for Blue's light attacks. Now that we found the first clue to Blue's success on the battlefield, it's time for the second clue, which is the strong attacks. For strong neutral, I have puppy lick. So Blue will do what every dog does best and lick the face of the person they come in contact with. Or in this case, it'll hurt you and knock you off the battlefield. For strong up, I got male. Wait, hold on, I'm sorry. Male! There we go, that's better. So Blue will do that stretch that she does in the male song, which I bet you're all familiar with if you've seen the show. For strong down, maracas. So Blue will slam down 2 maracas, hitting her opponents, in the same way Mr. Game & Watch slams down his hammers in Smash Brothers. Makes sense, right? Now for strong air attacks, for strong neutral air, I have handy dandy notebook. Bet you guys wonder if this is going to show up in the moveset, huh? With this move, Blue will take the handy dandy notebook and just slap you in the face with them. So the notebook isn't just good for writing clues down, but also slapping the heck out of your opponents. Strong up air. Our clues are, you're all familiar with how in the show, after Steve and or Joe write down the clues, I'm assuming this happens with Josh too. I don't know, I haven't seen the new series at all, except for the first episode, just to see what it was like. Yeah, the clues go flying above their heads as music plays in the background. Just in case here, the clues can fly out of Blue's head and hit the opponents. Think of like the thought bubbles that Garfield throws out, but more deadly, we'll say. For strong down air, letter B box, which is a reference to the episode The Alphabet Train. For this move, Blue will get in her letter B box and slam onto an opponent. One of those moves you don't want to do off a ledge, essentially. However, actually it's having a second function, where if you press the button quick enough, Blue can actually jump out of the box, like as if she pressed the eject button or something. And the opponents can still get hit by the box. Probably won't do as much damage though. But this would be a good way to recover if you go off a ledge with this move, so you can prevent death. And for a strong dash attack, puppy tackle. So just think of the puppy pounce I mentioned earlier, but it's on the ground, running towards you, and she just tackles you like any dog would, like when the owner comes home. I used the same picture for the puppy pounce you saw earlier, because, well, it fits. And those are my ideas for Blue's strong attacks. Time for the third clue, being the special attacks. The neutral special have paw print. So for this move, Blue will put out a paw print in the foreground of the screen, essentially blocking the view. Think of the Nintendog assist trophy in Smash Bros., only not as infuriating. And Blue can put out 3 paw prints at a time to represent 3 clues. And there could be a second function where, after Blue leaves the paw print, she goes near it, she can just wipe it off. And anyone in range of that will take damage, if that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, then I'll be a sad little Mikey. Anyway, for the up special, Skidoo. We're all familiar with the classic Skidoo, Blue Skidoo Weekend 2. Yeah, you all know what I'm talking about if you've seen the show. That can be her up special. I can even see this being like a charging up special, like with Helga and Korra. The longer you hold the button, the higher she'll go. I'll give her time to do her spin before she jumps too. And now for the down special, roll the ball. So you know how in the credits you see Blue playing with the ball? So for this move, Blue will hit her ball forward. He'll hit anybody that comes in contact with it. Like any other projectile move. And now we have all 3 clues. Now it's time to sit in our thinking chair to think about the stage. And we're just the one for the job. The Blue's Clues house itself. Now this can be done in a couple of different ways. It could either be outside of the house, like in the picture here, or it could be in the backyard, like in the garden where Shovel and Pail hang out. Or they could fight inside the house, maybe in the living room with a thinking chair. And then there's my personal favorite idea. It could be a traveling stage like Pac-Man in Smash Bros. Where you'll start from one room and the screen will move to the left and right and just keep moving to different rooms in the house. It should also be a reference to the show itself, where Steve, Joe, and I'm assuming Josh as well, walk to different rooms in the house with music playing in the background or looking for Blue's Clues, that kind of thing. I think that'd be a clever way to do a Blue's Clues stage in this game. And that's it for Blue's special attacks and stage. And now for the final category that only takes 30 seconds to finish, the alternate costumes. For this first one, we have this leotard that she wore in the episode What Was Blue's Dream About, which I referenced earlier. I talked about the light dash attack. Might as well have this as her alternate costume, so that when she does that move, it'll actually complete the reference. For this next one I have Blue's bathing suit from the episode Blue Goes to the Beach. I think this would be a nice costume as well, especially if you're on the Jellyfish Field stage, because it sounds like a beach kind of environment, so yeah. And then this third costume I have is this fish costume from Blue's Costume Party, which I believe was the Halloween episode, if I'm correct. Pretty cool looking costume in my opinion. I think out of all three of these, I'd probably use that one the most. I don't know why, I just like that one the most, I guess. Yeah, that's it for the alternate costumes. To add a few seconds of filler to this part of the video, what costume would you use the most out of all three of these? Let me know in the comments below. And those are my ideas for Blue if she was DLC in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. I think I did a pretty good job. I don't know for sure, but I want to think that I did. I think the hardest part about doing these movesets, I don't think I mentioned this before, is the air attacks. For some reason I have the hardest time with the air attacks with doing these movesets. Yeah, hopefully I did a good job at Blue. And now, I will pose the question. So, question of the video. Do you want to see Blue from Blue's Clues in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl? And the Nick Jr. characters in general? Me personally, I'm fine with that. Like, for sake of adding variety onto the roster, I wouldn't mind seeing Nick Jr. representation. But I can understand though some people being upset with that because these are preschool characters and they probably don't want to see preschool characters in a fighting game. Although we do have Steve and Blue in Mugen, which is also a fighting game. And there's also other Nick Jr. characters in that game like Dora, Wubsy, Oswald, the characters like that, so I don't know. But yeah, I'm okay with Nick Jr. representation. I'd like to see Blue be one of those characters if we did get Nick Jr. characters in the game. Not to mention that there's a Blue's Clues movie coming out soon called Blue's Big City Adventure, November 18th, I believe. So for that reason alone, the devs can take Blue into consideration if they decide to add Nick Jr. characters into the game. And yeah, that's going to conclude this episode of my DLC Ideas series. As for next character, I don't know who exactly. I think I know who I want to do next. It's going to be a requested character. So we'll see if I end up doing that later on this month or maybe early November, I don't know. But what I do know is that for right now, time for me to hit the road. That's going to be it for today's video. Did you like it? If you did, give me a solid and punch the like button below like a piece of dough. And if this is your first time on this channel, you like what you saw and you want to come back for more, hit that subscribe button to become a member of the Pizza Man Mario Party today. Share the video with your friends, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, or whoever you want to share with. Hit that bell and turn on notifications so you can be the first one to see all upcoming videos. At a time, leave a comment. Until next time, this is your boy Mike signing out. So, peace out, y'all, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.